That was the weirdest spin that I've ever done. Great, thanks for being here. I have a confession to make to begin with. I have, as of recently, spent quite a lot of time in the gents' toilets. You don't need to know why. We'll just skip over that detail. But I've started to notice some really important toilet etiquette. When you spend a lot of time in public toilets, I travel by train a lot, so it's important that you've got to get this etiquette nailed. Otherwise you're weird in the toilet. So, I think we've all had that thing, especially if you're a guy in the room. You walk in, you kind of have to scan the area. You have to look for the nearest urinal. You go up to it, and suddenly you hear a and that's of, I'm in here, I'm in the toilets, please do not do anything weird, I'm in the toilets. And obviously we all know, the standard reaction is you have to respond with, as in a, loud and clear, I've got you, I'm not doing anything weird, you're in the toilets. And I'd like to turn that into a bit of a game for myself. That game is, that's the accurate reaction. That game is, how long can I go in the toilets without being caught? I say caught, I mean being in the toilets. I'm not doing anything weird in the toilets, I'm just in the toilets. Nothing weird is going on, but I like to turn it into a game of how long will I not be seen. And the thing is, you do eventually need to make yourself known, because otherwise, and I have been told, it's creepy. It's just wrong. So, it's an incredible laugh. So, yeah, you've got to make yourself known. I like to opt for, the old person sneeze. That sneeze where you don't need to do it that loud. Where it's like, it's unnecessary. You don't make that sound. You don't need to make a sound. You can sneeze silently. But everyone's done that. Everyone's heard that sound, and I like to do that because what is brilliant is that you can suddenly hear the shift from the sound of someone peeing on metal, of it sounding strangely like shoes. And it's that thing of that you've ruined someone's week, and that's great. Like, it brings me the biggest high. I've had a really bad week this week, so I just like to go and hide in the toilet and then just wait until someone pees on the shoes. Because if you ever try to clean pee off Nikes, it is really hard. It is why I'm not wearing my Nikes tonight. But strangely, there is no nice way to segue out of that little intro. So we're going to pretend I said something really seamless, and we're just going to transition into the next thing. We all cool with that? Yes, we're all cool with that. So, I'm here primarily because I like the music. I've walked past it a couple of times. There's always really cool music playing, and I flipping love music. I always used to wish I was in a band. All my friends seem to be musical. All my family seem to be musical. And I always thought I would make a great lead of an indie band. You know the ones with them odd names? You've got Catfish and the Bottlemen. My favourite band is genuinely called Car Seat Headrest. And I always think I could name a band like that. I'd be doing bands every week, just starting a band, naming it something weird. There is genuinely a band, it's called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And no one questions that. Someone came up with that decision, and they live with that decision every day. They have to wake up thinking, I'm the guy that named King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And it's just strange, it's fun to say, it's why I say it 3 times in this set, and I probably will say it again. But I think if I was going to name it, looking the way I look, like a history teacher, like if I moved to where you live, the road
fucking science teacher.
Yeah, I think any teacher is the kind of look that I have here. But it's the kind of thing of, if I move into your area, your rent prices are going up. That's what I look like. And I think if I started a band, I would have to call it the Gentrification Station. It rhymes, it's a nice indie name. That is actually the first time I've said that out loud, and I realised that just sounds like a rejected name for Mumford and Sons. So I think I'll probably not go with that one. I'm engaged now. That is the big thing happening in my life. My fiance's over there. You can throw all your applause that way. That was actually really half-assed, guys. You're meant to go, I'm engaged. Woo, he's engaged! But it has been the most fun that I've had. It's great. I love being engaged, but I'm terrified to tell jokes about my.
You say gay or engaged?
I'm not gay. I'm engaged. I have a price there. So I've really enjoyed being engaged, but I'm quite scared to write jokes about my fiance because it's, she could get angry and just leave. So I have been considering maybe if I wait until we're married, it's much more expensive and inconvenient for her to leave me. But what you are about to hear is some jokes that slip through that filter somehow. So you are lucky. You got lucky tonight. Great. So I'm sure that she is the one. I'm absolutely sure of it. She is the girl of my dreams, and I know that. I know that for a fact because I did a fair deal of market research, we'll call it. When I say market research, some of you might call that being a player. I call it a real life game of guess who. You know, is my wife blonde? No, don't. Is my wife wearing a hat? No, don't. She actually can't wear hats. She has a funny shaped head. You know, I've got it. Is my wife Herman? No, don't. But it's, I think that's the peak amount of time I'm getting a look, which is, stop talking about your exes. None of my exes were called Herman, by the way. But yeah, I'm planning a wedding. We are planning a wedding. It's really fun, but I know a lot of guys would like to just kind of step away from that process and just kind of say like, oh, Rachel, you just plan it yourself. But I am proud to tell you, I am heavily involved in the planning of my own wedding. Sometimes that is good, yes. Sometimes that is by choice. More often than not, that is thrust upon me at about 11 p.m. at night. You know, just then I've been thinking, how about maybe we hire pancake catering for the evening? It's only going to cost you a grand. Yeah, only. That is the universal standard with weddings, that things only cost you a certain amount, but it's an extortionate amount when you say it. And it's really started to worry me because things seem to get more and more expensive if you put the word wedding in front of them. You know, I'm videoing this tonight, that's costing me nothing, because I'm doing it on a phone and everyone's happy with that. You want a wedding videographer? You're looking at about £1,500, at least. You want a dress? You can log on to ASOS, that's £20. You can get a nice dress, £20, white dress. Great. You want a wedding dress? You're looking at about £2,000. Your wedding breakfast. We've all heard of a wedding breakfast, have we? Yeah, you have? I haven't. I've heard of a spoon's breakfast, and a spoon's breakfast is $4.99. It is great, you can go there, $4.99, you're having the time of your life. I just want toast. That toast is costing me like £5,000. How fresh is the bread? I just don't get it. But I am really excited. You will be surprised to know I'm having a great time. But I just bought my suit this weekend. That was great. And it's great because you get to kind of look at yourself for the first time, how you think you'll look on your wedding day. The issue with that is I can't afford to get fat now. I've always wanted to just kind of get fat and be happy about it. I can't do that anymore. I'm stuck for the next 8 months being this, which is somewhere between fat and thin. Like I've kind of bypassed, you know that thing that kids have where they can just eat and eat and eat and they can stand side on and you just don't see. I can't do that now. I don't know why. I don't think I'm getting old. I walk everywhere. I think I'm reasonably healthy. But apparently not, because there's a good deal of purchase there. But recently I've been mentioning for ages, I really want an apple pie. And a mate of mine bought me an apple pie. And I'm not talking McDonald's, I'm talking like full-size, would feed a family of 4 kind of apple pie. And because I am like a fat little pig, I just ate it all, because you would. And I'm not kidding, I felt really guilty about that. I had to go on like a run in Sheffield. I had to run down the moor, which is like 25 minutes from where I work. It was a long run. I wind up outside a Sainsbury's. I think I'm thirsty, I'm gonna grab a drink. You walk over to where the healthy drinks are, you drench, naked smoothies, all of that. Grab a thing, you turn around and immediately, and they do it on purpose, they put reduced section right by the healthy drinks. You look there, £1.42. It's a full-size apple pie, would feed a family of 4 kind of apple pie. So you buy it because you would. So in that day, and I'm not joking, I'm seeing a look from my fiance, this genuinely happened, I had 2 full-size apple pies. That was Tuesday, it was great. I am really proud of myself. Very much. If you weren't proud of yourself, you really wouldn't come up here and brag about eating all of that. But yeah, it's that's been one of my favourite things that I've done in quite a while, is just eating 2 apple pies. Height of things that have ruined my wedding suit is that, but no regrets. I've been thinking about dating recently, you know, what kind of things. Not dating other people. I've been thinking about the dates that you would go on. Primarily, I've been thinking of a specific one, and it reminded me of a conversation that I had had with a mate of mine. This mate is a comedian. I'm not going to name him because he has a brand that he wants to uphold. And what he said to me is sometimes when you do comedy for the first time, you end up with a crowd who does not know who you are. You end up with a crowd who doesn't care your opinions and the jokes you want to make. And that's fine, but he was like, sometimes you just want to get a reaction. So you just have to say something for the shock factor. And I thought, I don't want to do that. Why would I make a joke of the shock factor? There is no point in upsetting someone. And also, I didn't have any controversial opinions, I thought. I thought that until recently, when a new place opened up in Sheffield, and they do crazy golf. I think crazy golf is only fun in theory. I know that's not a popular thing to say. I can hear that by the reaction in the room, which was everything just got a lot more tense. I just don't think it's fun. I think you think for the first few minutes, I'm going to have a great time. And then it's over. Like no one is saying on their wedding day, it's such a beautiful moment. We got to hole 12. He got a hole in one, and I thought, oh my gosh, we've got to get the ball out of the hole. And he got down onto one knee, and it wasn't a ball at all. It was a box with a ring in it, and he proposed to me, and I love him forever. No one is having that conversation, but I can almost guarantee that someone somewhere is coming out of that crazy golf place and having a conversation, maybe, coming out of that and having a conversation that is somewhere along the lines of, I cannot believe you. I cannot believe that you acted up like that. Why do you just have to be so stupid all the time? This is definitely not a conversation that I've had. And that conversation often ends with something like, you let yourself down, you embarrassed yourself, you embarrassed me, most importantly, you embarrassed God. Anyone else actually have that their fiance will just invite God in on an argument to win? No? Just me? I think I would let her win anyway, if she wasn't just inviting the Lord in on that. But hey, that's what she's doing. It's fine. But I don't think it is fun. I don't think anyone is having a good time. And like you will have a good time. You get a hole, it's just a straight hole in one. We've all seen it. Hole number one, it's like, any way that you hit this, you could hit it backwards and it is just going to roll into the hole. And a lot of people have done that, and you think, God, this is great, I'm like Tiger Woods. You get second hole, you're doing fine. But it's always hole 6. I don't know why, it just so happens to be. When they're like, okay, what you got to do now is just 360 no scope this, up a hill, into a windmill, down a little plug hole in the kitchen of the windmill, go down another hole, and then into the hole that you actually want to get it into. It's not fun, and I think that's the moment that everything starts to hit the fan and you realise the situation that you put yourself into. It's the moment you kind of get out of your little bubble of let's play crazy golf, and you end up in that bubble of, oh, there are a lot of screaming kids here, and I can hear crying constantly. I don't know about you, but I have got friends who have babies, and I like these friends, and I like their kids. I would not invite their kids to crash date night. Like, if their kids are crying, you can go. That's the situation I don't want to be involved in. But yeah, that's my stance on crazy golf. Take it or leave it, I don't care. It's crazy golf. It does not come up in my life very often. I have been thinking recently though, along with my thinking about dating, the kind of person that I am and the kind of person that I will be in the future when I get married, when I have kids. I've been thinking about all of that because that is just something that I want to plan out. I'm a worrier. I'm probably years away from having kids, but the way I worry is as though they're about to finish school tomorrow. But I've been thinking, what if I have daughters? What about the way that you think about women? What about the way that you talk about women? And I thought, yeah, actually, I think it's fine. I'm definitely a feminist. Now I know a lot of men are just throwing that around like, oi, I'm a feminist! And you're not. But I think I am, and I'm going to reason with you tonight exactly why. And once I've reasoned with you, you no longer need to listen to me. So here is my reasoning. So as I said, I'm engaged. I spend a lot of time with my fiance now, in her company. You do a lot of things. Primarily, you eat. You have to eat food. And if one of us is cooking, I think this is the biggest argument that anyone ever has. How do you divide that up? Now, if I cook, I am a nice person, I like to think. So I will cook, and I'll think, great, I've used that pan. I'll wash that pan. You put the pan in the sink, you wash the pan can go on the drying rack, no one has to worry. You do that, and all you have to leave is your cutlery and your plates. And that's all Rachel would have to wash, isn't it, Rachel? That's all you would have to do. But what do? You would like to go into the kitchen, get everything out of the kitchen, just pull every single thing out, things I haven't even seen before, and leave just enough of a mark on it that it needs like a proper deep clean. Like, things that you kind of can't comprehend how that is involved in a fajita mix. And she's a better cook than me, so it happens more often. But have you ever tried to wash a random spiralizer? No? I have. I don't know how you wash that. It's about as difficult as it sounds. But you'd have to do that, and she just piles it up on the side. Just leaves it there for everyone to see, for little old me to wash. And you can try and make an argument there. You can try and make your point of, I don't think this is quite a fair division of labour. You can strike, you can do what you want, you can get your union involved if you must. That's a sensitive joke today. I can feel like getting more tense because I think some people wanted to be on a train. But yeah, you can make that argument, but I promise you that conversation will end one way and one way only. And that way is with you making your peace with God. You're either going up or down because you are dying. But that is my big opinion on why I'm a feminist, because I firmly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that women do not belong in the kitchen. And you can quote me on that. There's a nice little tense little joke for me to end on. So thank you. You've all been wonderful. You've also been wonderful over there. I realise I've been talking to that side. You guys are being decent.
You didn't even know they were over there.
But yeah, thank you all for seeing me. I've been Ben Owen, and you've all been lovely. This has been real. Thank you very much.